Hey everyone, today we're kicking off this awesome project. We're designing an app from scratch in Flutter. So grab your coffee, fire up your IDE, and let's bring this app to life, one step at a time. First things first, let's create a brand new Flutter project to kick things off. Open a terminal wherever you want to set up your project and type in this magical command, Flutter create Shoply. Just like that, a new project will appear in your chosen location. Once that's done, open the project folder, right-click, and select Open with VS Code. I'm using VS Code because I like to keep it light and breezy. But hey, if you're an Android Studio fan, go ahead and use that. No judgment here, just love and code. Haha. Before we jump in, if you haven't subscribed to It's Code YouTube channel yet, trust me, you're missing out on a ton of upcoming episodes and exciting projects. Don't let that happen. Hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon so YouTube gets the chance to shout from the rooftops when I upload a new video. In today's video, we're setting up the app theme. Now, what does theme mean? Well, check out this Figma design. Here we have some common colors, like this vibrant blue, and you'll notice the text Add to Favorites. It's bold and eye-catching. Below that, there's a short paragraph in a nice grayish tone. Also, you can see that the app bar text style and all that, so let's not forget the product title and price text styles. I hope you're getting the picture. So without further ado, let's dive in and start bringing our app's theme to life. And don't worry about the app assets, like images, icons, and color combinations. I've got you covered. I'll drop a link to my website in the description where you can check everything out and download all the assets. As for the source code, I've set up a GitHub repository that you can clone right to your system. The GitHub link is also on my website, so head over, copy the link, and clone it like a pro. First things first, I'm going to clean up the project by removing some extra folders like macOS, Web, Windows, and yes, Linux too. Why? Because we're focusing on building an app that supports only Android and iOS, not those other platforms. So let's keep things tidy and remove what we don't need. Alright, let's get rid of this extra code. I'm speeding it up so we don't waste any time. Now, let's fire up an emulator. I'm using a Google Pixel 3a, but feel free to use whichever device you like. The choice is yours, just make sure it runs smoothly. Let me remove these comments. Yes, this one as well. So, I've already created a colors.dart file inside the utils folder. This file contains all the colors used throughout the app. You'll notice I made this class immutable to ensure the values can't be changed, which helps maintain consistency across the project. Inside the file, I've declared a variety of colors like green, blue, yellow, cyan, etc. Each of these will be referenced as we build out the app, ensuring our theme remains flexible and centralized. While the emulator starts, let's begin by creating the app theme. The first step is to create a context extension that allows us to apply the theme throughout the app. For that, we'll create an extensions folder. Inside this folder, let's add a new file called xbuildcontext.dart. The X here stands for extension. In this file, the first thing we need to do is import the material package. However, instead of importing the entire package, we'll use the show keyword to only import the specific properties we need. This helps optimize the import. So, let's import the following: brightness, build context, color scheme, media query, text theme, and lastly, theme data. Next, let's create a style folder where we'll define our app theme. Inside this folder, we'll add a new file called customtheme.dart. In customtheme.dart, the first step is to import the material package so we can access all the necessary components for theming. After that, we'll create an abstract class called theme preferences. This class will define the blueprint for both the light and dark themes. Within this abstract class, we'll define two getters, one for the light theme and one for the dark theme. These getters will return theme data objects, allowing us to customize each theme according to our design needs. Let's create the custom theme class that extends the theme preferences abstract class. In this class, we'll override both the light and dark theme methods to implement our custom themes. Instead of throwing an exception, we'll write the theme data directly. This theme data will define the custom styles and colors for the entire app, streamlining our development process by avoiding redundant code. For now, we'll focus on creating the light theme since we don't have a dark theme implemented yet. Once that's done, we can see here our app successfully running on the emulator, which is a great start to applying our custom styling. Now, let's navigate to the build context extension we created earlier. We'll define the extension using the extension keyword and name it build context X, which will depend on the app's build context. In this extension, we'll create several getters to enhance our app's accessibility. First, custom theme getter. This will allow us to access our custom theme throughout the app easily. Second, color scheme getter. We'll create a getter to retrieve the color scheme from our custom theme, enabling us to use consistent colors across different widgets. Third, text theme getter. This will allow us to access the text theme defined in our custom theme, ensuring a cohesive text style throughout the app. Next, we'll establish double variables to get the device's width and height using the media query class. We'll repeat a similar process to get the width and height in pixels. Finally, we'll create a Boolean variable to toggle between light and dark themes. This comprehensive extension will significantly aid in creating a cohesive and visually appealing UI for our app. Now let's define the theme in the Material app to ensure it adapts to our custom theme. We'll set the theme property to our custom light theme and specify the theme mode as theme mode.light. Once that's done, go ahead and restart the app. At this point, you might notice that nothing has changed visually. This is because we haven't added any design elements yet. But don't worry, we'll dive into creating our UI shortly. Before we begin crafting our custom theme, let's create another file named appsize.dart inside the utils folder. This file will handle the responsiveness of our app, which we can achieve using the Flutter ScreenUtil package. To add this package to our project, open your browser and go to the pub.dev website. Once there, search for Flutter ScreenUtil and click on the first link. Navigate to the Installing tab and scroll down to find the installation command, which begins with Flutter pub add. Copy that command, return to Visual Studio Code, open the terminal, paste the command, and hit enter. This will add the Flutter ScreenUtil package to your project, and you should be able to see it listed in your pubspec YAML file. Now I've already created the appSize class to save time. This class outlines all the necessary parameters like height, width, text size, and corner radius, allowing our app to adapt responsively to various device dimensions. To utilize the Flutter ScreenUtil package across the entire app, we need to initialize it at the top of our Material app. Let's proceed with that. Wrap your Material app with the ScreenUtil init widget. Within this widget, set the property split screen mode to true, enabling our app to function seamlessly in split screen mode. The ScreenUtil init will provide a builder method. So, cut your Material app from its current position and place it inside the builder method, returning it appropriately. Next, wrap your ScreenUtil init widget with media query to ensure that the text scale corresponds with the device's system text size. You can achieve this by using the media query of context copy with method. Inside this method, set the property text scale factor to text scale factor.no scaling, and that's it. You're all set up to ensure your app's UI is responsive and user-friendly across various devices. Now, to incorporate the inter font family into our app, we need to modify the pubspec.yaml file. Open this file and scroll down until you see the section with commented code for font family usage. Uncomment that section and replace the default family name with inter. Don't worry, I'll provide all the fonts on my website for you to download. The link is in the description below. Next, navigate to your Assets folder, select the first font file, right-click, and choose Copy Relative Path. This action will copy the full path to that font. Repeat this process for all the fonts you want to import. You should now see all the fonts listed in the pubspec.yaml file. After making these changes, remember to press Ctrl+S to save your modifications. This setup will ensure that your app uses the interfont family correctly. Now it's finally time to write our custom theme. First, we'll set the font family to Inter. After that, we need to make the scaffold background color white, which you can achieve by accessing it with App Colors White. Next, let's set the dialog background color to white as well. We'll then create the dialog theme by ensuring the background color remains white. For the title text style, we'll set the text color to black, and for the content text style, we'll also use black. Now, let's move on to the navigation bar theme. Start by defining the label text style. To do this, you'll need to use the widget states property resolve with method. Here, you should include a condition. If states contains widget states selected, we'll return this text style. This means that when a navigation bar option is selected, the specified text style will apply. For the selected label, set the text color to black and the font size to 12. Remember that we've declared sp for the font size, which is defined in the app size class. Finally, return the unselected navigation text style, making the color white, while keeping the font size the same as the selected state. Set the font weight to bold to ensure it stands out. Now, let's define the color scheme for our app. There are quite a few details to cover, so we'll tackle them one at a time. First, we'll set the brightness to brightness.light, which will establish the overall theme as a light mode. Next, we need to define the primary color. This will be our blue color, representing the main accent of our app. We'll also set the on-primary color to blue, ensuring that the text or icons placed on top of the primary color are clearly visible. After that, we'll define the secondary color as white, providing a nice contrast against the primary elements. Correspondingly, the on-secondary color will be set to black, ensuring that any text or icons placed on the secondary color are easily readable. Next, we'll specify the error color as error color, which will be used to indicate any issues within the app. The on-error color will be set to the primary color to ensure visibility against error backgrounds. Now, let's define the surface color. This will be an RGBA color value, allowing us to customize the background of components like cards and sheets. You'll find a variety of RGBA color codes to choose from here. Lastly, we'll set the on-surface color to black, which will help maintain readability on the surface backgrounds. One more important property to describe is surface container highest, which we'll set to white to ensure a consistent and clean appearance for the highest surface container. With these settings, our color scheme will provide a cohesive and visually appealing look across the entire app. Now that we've completed the color scheme, let's move on to defining the theme of our app. First, we'll set the primary color to our defined primary color, ensuring consistency across the app. Following that, we'll designate the primary color dark to be the same as our primary color, providing a uniform look when darker shades are needed. Next, we'll create the app bar theme. In this section, we'll specify the icon theme by setting the icon color to black, which will stand out against the app bar's background. For the background color of the app bar, we'll use white to maintain a clean and modern aesthetic. Moving down, we'll set up the scroll bar theme. Here, we'll first enable interaction by setting interactive to true, allowing users to engage with the scroll bar easily. We'll also define a circular radius for the scroll bar using R10, which refers to the radius defined in the app size class for consistent sizing across the app. Next, we'll set the minimum thumb length to 100, ensuring that users have a noticeable grip on the scroll bar. Lastly, we'll make the highlight color transparent, which will help maintain the overall clean look of our UI without any distracting highlights. Next, let's set up the elevated button theme. To begin, we'll use elevated button theme data, and inside it, we'll define the style for our elevated buttons. First, we'll specify the minimum size for the button using the size widget. For the width, we'll set it to infinity to ensure it takes up the maximum available width. For the height, we'll set it to 60, providing a comfortable touch target for users. Next, we'll assign the background color of the button to our primary color, which is blue, making it stand out within the app's theme. To give the button a sleek look, we'll set the shape to a rounded rectangle border. Inside this definition, we'll specify the border radius to be 14, which softens the button's edges and enhances its visual appeal. Moving on to the text style within the button, we'll set the font weight to 600, giving it a bold appearance that attracts attention. For the text color, we'll use black to ensure it contrasts well against the blue background. Finally, we'll set the splash color to transparent, preventing any distracting ripple effects when the button is pressed, allowing for a clean interaction experience. Now, let's dive into defining the text theme for our app. This involves setting various text styles to ensure consistency and clarity throughout the user interface. Start by defining the text style for the headline large. Set the text color to black and the font size to 34. For this style, use a font weight of 600 to give it a bold appearance, making it suitable for prominent headings. Next, create a style for the headline small. This will be similar to the large headline but with a slightly smaller font size of 30. Move on to defining the body large text style. This should also follow the previous style but with a reduced font size of 26. For body medium, hierarchy intact. Define the body small text style next with a font size of 20 and a font weight of 500 to create a lighter appearance. For the title large, set the font size to 18, maintaining a font weight of 500 to ensure consistency. Next, the title medium style should have a font size of 14, keeping the same font weight of 500. Finally, define the title small style with a font size of 12 and a font weight of 500 to provide a clear distinction in the text hierarchy. After establishing these text styles, set the disabled color to gray to clearly indicate non-interactive elements within the app. This concludes our overview of the app theme. Keep in mind that while we have established a solid foundation, this is not the final version. We can certainly make adjustments and enhancements as we refine the app's UI in upcoming episodes. Make sure to subscribe to the It's Code channel so you don't miss any future installments of this series. Tip: to address any green line errors in your code, simply add the const keyword wherever appropriate. This will help optimize your application and reduce unnecessary rebuilds. Let's check our app theme in action with a live demo. Inside the scaffold, we'll define the body. Here, we'll utilize a column widget, which allows us to arrange widgets vertically. In the column, we'll specify the children property. Inside this, we'll include a center widget to center our text. For the child of the center widget, we'll use a text widget to display the message "Welcome to It's Code." After implementing these changes, make sure to perform a hot reload to see the updated output. You may notice that while our text is visible on the emulator, it's currently placed at the top of the screen. To adjust this, we can set the main axis alignment property within the column to main axis alignment center. This will center the text vertically on the screen. Now, let's apply the text theme. We'll begin by accessing the text theme using the following syntax: context text theme. This text theme refers to the text styles we defined earlier in our custom theme class. After writing context.textTheme, you'll see the complete list of text styles we created in the custom theme. Let's start by applying the body large text style. When you save and hot reload, you should see the text style change on the emulator to reflect the body large style. Now, let's modify the text style to body small to see the effect. After saving and hot reloading again, you'll observe the text style change once more in the emulator. This allows you to see how the text theme applies different styles. Now, let's create an elevated button in our app. We'll leave the onPressed callback blank. You'll notice the button will display our primary blue color, which is great. Next, we want to customize the text color inside the button. To do this, we can take advantage of the text theme we defined earlier. We'll use the copyWith method to override the existing text style, changing the color to white. This allows us to maintain the same styling while making adjustments easily. Now, after you've set the text color to white, let's try changing the text style from title large to body large. This will help us see how our button looks with different text styles. Now, if we take a look at our Figma design, we can see that both the text and the button are aligned perfectly with the intended design specifications. This alignment underscores the advantages of implementing a custom theme in our Flutter application. With our custom theme in place, we ensure that the visual elements maintain consistency throughout the app, adhering closely to our design vision. I've successfully deployed all the code to the GitHub repository, and you can find the link on my website. Be sure to check it out. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the It's Code YouTube channel so you won't miss any upcoming episodes. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.